Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Radical Geek YouTube channel. I just got my mail and I immediately wanted to share it with everyone. I know that you'll be seeing a lot of these, but uh, hopefully it's still useful for you. I know that what I got here is my November Keto Krate. So I figured it would be great. Let's open it and see what we get this month. For those of you who don't remember, I am a new Keto Krate subscriber. We only had our first box delivered and it was a buy one get one, so I got an August and an October all in one package. And I'm just trying to see how my family enjoys some of the snacks because it was something that they had wanted, and because they don't have to be as strict as I am, seemed like a good thing to do. Initially, I was hoping to cancel it right away because I didn't feel like we needed them, but everybody super loved having all the snacks, and even the ones that I was overly critical of, or making my little geekly extra uber keto face at, they really super loved pretty much everything. So probably gonna have a hard time convincing people to cancel it. So what's in the box? Let's find out. I did cut the tape, but I haven't opened it, so I don't know what's in here yet myself. So, as per usual, their box. I say as per usual because I've seen a lot of the unboxings of these over the last couple years. So, I always expect my box to be just like everyone else's. And so, just like theirs, they've got a nice little handout. It has, oh geez, like multi-pages. So it talks about the shopping you can do. I know that you can't read it on my screen, and that's okay. Trust me, it's not that exciting. The shopping you can do gives a couple recipes, and then a couple little articles about some of the product, and a little QR code for Keto Krate shopping. On the other side, they have a little contest about showing your Keto Krate and some inspirational stories, which is one of my favorite parts, even though it goes transparent with my background. More success stories, and a request for reviews, which of course all products have these days. There's a coupon for $100 off of Green Chef. I love the way my green screen makes everything transparent. The card is not this cool. It is not a picture of my fabulous hometown of Columbus. It's a nice green, but doesn't it look great? I wish they had these cool transparent cards. But Green Chef, if you don't know, does have what they consider a ketogenic plan. If you are really in need of stuff that doesn't have as much work on the cooking, don't get me wrong, there is still work because you do have to cook it yourself, but it's those nice pre-put together packages of ingredients with instructions, the whole 9 yards, like a HelloFresh. But they have one that is keto compliant. I will say, sometimes I look at it and I wonder who designed it or decided it was a keto compliant. But when you get right down to it, they're not bad, and if it's what you're eating and that's exclusively what you're eating, you're actually going to be just fine. If you're someone like me who has a seizure disorder and you have maybe some extra requirements, and you're not trying to lose weight but you're trying to get higher ketone levels, or ingredients are a problematic thing that you have to deal with, Green Chef will not be for you. But for your average person, it's probably good, and $100 off your first order is really not that bad. Honestly, get it, try it once or twice, and then cancel it if you don't like it, or if the price is too much. I have not looked at the prices, so I don't know if it's reasonable or not. Like all products, you'll have to judge that for yourself. Right off the top, it's looking kind of exciting. There is a Ketowise bar, and it feels kind of like a sticky bendy one as I bend it all over, because who needs it to be structurally sound and unhandled when they choose to eat it. But Maybe I'll keep this one. It looks pretty good. Ketowise Chocolate Peanut Blast. Says 1 gram sugar, MCT oils, and maltol free. If you're new to ketogenics and some of those things, I'm just going to turn this to the side for a minute. You would know that maltol is a really problematic ingredient that a lot of sugar-free products include. And not only does it cause a lot of intestinal distress, it actually, in a large portion of our society, causes insulin spikes and blood sugar spikes. Not in every person, of course, so maybe you're lucky and it doesn't impact you. But whereas some products that a lot of times we get worked up about in our keto communities, really the actual percentage for the people that impact is like less than 1% of the populace. Aspirin, baby aspirin, causes reactions in less than 1% of the populace. So I'm not too worried about stuff like that. I am worried about something like maltol, where it seems very wide sweeping across the board. And I will also mention that in addition to that, wide sweeping across the board is a really big deal. I have to hold this sideways, I'm sorry, because even with my big nerd glasses, it's hard to see. And these are actually pretty largely written ingredients. So almonds, protein blend, which is whey protein isolate and milk protein isolate. Milk protein concentrate. Oh no, already. Soluble corn fiber. Well, that's the same thing as maltodextrin. That is also not low on the glycemic index. Oh, I'm such a disappointment. It looked like such a great item. I was really digging it. Chocolate peanut blast, and it looks like it had caramel. To the family it goes who have less problems. Let's see. So soluble corn fiber, MCT oil, a blend of palm kernel and coconut. Oh my goodness, tapioca syrup. It was so exciting with that maltol free label. Why Ketowise? So erythritol is fine. Vegetable glycerin, polydextrose, cocoa vitamin blend, succinate, selenium, methylene, and then it just goes down from there into a large litany of vitamins, like and down at the bottom they do mention that there's butter with cream and salt, soy lecithin, carrageenan, which many of us avoid due to the inflammatory properties that impact quite a large amount of us. For those of you who don't know, if you're not familiar with ketogenics and you're just watching because you're one of my regular friends, or you have some other association, or you're a seizure person and you're looking in, a lot of people who go keto have insulin resistance, but also other health issues where inflammatory products seem to impact us in greater quantities than it does in the populace at large. And I attribute a lot of that to the fact that most of the disorders that keto is really super extra beneficial for also impact people who are insulin resistant, and that is a huge #1 popular reason to follow a ketogenic eating, like diabetes type 2, all that kind of fun stuff. And I will try not to digress, because this will go on for like 600 hours if I go through every single product in this level of detail. Anyway, so it does mention it has peanuts and tree nuts and soy and milk for your allergens. So they're covering the whole gamut. Good for maltol free and not so good for basically everything else that we try to avoid. I guess at least there wasn't dextrose. Oh, it looked so tasty. It's possible that whoever in my family that I pass this off to, that I'm just going to say, like, let me have a little bite, and I will take a teeny tiny corner just to taste it, because obviously I will not be able to eat this, but as long as the rest of my day is good and I am like very, very strict, a teeny tiny taste will still be okay. And then I can tell you if it's as delicious as it sounds, because it does sound delicious. Oh man. So, keto snack chips. These are the egg white chips. There's actually nothing terrible about these, but the last bag of these that I tried were just fraught with disappointment. I will say that these are slightly more chip feeling in the package and slightly less pile of egg white crumbs. So that's maybe a good thing for the packing. So let's see, MCTs, modified palm kernel oil, protein blend, soy protein concentrate, sodium caseinate, tapioca starch, water, soy fiber, dehydrated, garlic, tomato, salt, sour cream, that's the ranch flavor. Citric acid, you know, there's nothing like fantastic, but nothing so horrendous that I'm like, eh. The only problem is that I didn't care for the taste, so, I mean, I'm not a big fan of tapioca starch, and if you have a seizure disorder, tapioca starch is a mixed bag. You sometimes, and a lot of products have it, almost all of the baking products have it. So, try it, test it, etc. See how you feel as far as headaches go. I will also tell you, at the very least, it is one serving, one bag, one serving, the whole bar. So that's good. They're not doing anything too tricky there. Keto Granola Monk Pack. So far, anytime I've tried any of the Monk Pack products, they've been really pretty tasty to me. I know very few people who hate them, so that's great. Total carbs 12, fiber 4, allulose 5.5. So not bad at all. 2 grams net carbs. I will be honest and tell you that the ingredients are super tiny. For me, they're actually for most people not too bad. There we're gonna get it just right. I need bifocals. The doctor told my eye doctor did tell me that, and probably if I did, I could read these better for you. Almonds, allulose, almond butter, coconut sugar, of course. Oh no, I'm a liar, not coconut sugar. See, there's those glasses again. Coconut, it's just coconut. Awesome. Sunflower seeds, soluble tapioca fiber. That's fine, that's not the starch. Flax seeds, vegetable glycerin, palm kernel, natural flavor, sea salt, alkalized cocoa powder, unsweetened chocolate, cocoa butter, tocopherols. I can't read the rest of this, I'm sorry. But it's actually looks pretty good. I'm not seeing anything that will prevent me from eating this. So I'm going to set this aside and chow down on it this weekend before I start next week. If you're interested, next week I thought it would be a real lark since I have a lot of keto chow on hand. And I have a Ninja Creamy, which is the most amazing appliance that I own. Yes, more than the Instant Pot, I know. But it makes the most amazing ice cream, and I thought keto chow is a great meal for me. I want to be going into the holiday season with my family, and so just to make sure that my stomach feels good and, you know, all of my seizure headaches and things like that are in a nice calm sort of feel. Because when I start getting too crazy with like treats like this, I do start getting headaches again, so I do avoid it. But I thought I would do 5 or 6 days where all I ate was the creamies made out of my keto chow. Seems like a good plan to me, right? Now I will add some protein in the form of a couple hard-boiled eggs. So it sounds weird, but if I eat one and then the other, then it'll be great, and that's just to up my protein. So I'll be having a creamy and 2 hard-boiled eggs, and then 2 hard-boiled eggs and a creamy. So 6 days, sure, why not? It's not going to hurt anything. Oh, good to go chocolate chip Blondies. Oh, I forgot to mention, this is almond butter cocoa chip. Anyways, good to go bars. Chocolate chip Blondies. For a little bit, good to go bars were in our Kroger, and then they disappeared, much to the chagrin of my 19-year-old who loved them. a whole lot, and you know, much better than grabbing, you know, some of the other Nutri-Grain bars. Oh, I'm feeling the package. These are not bars. Good to go. Good to go. They're little teeny round cookies. I can't really show you on the camera, but if you've ever had the perfect keto cookies, which I've talked about in general, just online and stuff, I love those for bike riding. They're just right, even though they're kind of one of those foods that I shouldn't have. When I'm doing extended bike rides, my body and my brain can handle it a little more, and they are that perfect carrying food. I find it interesting that these are these nice little, and they do feel squishy and cakey, so not crispy cookies. Let's see what's in them. Let's see, first of all, at least the serving is the whole pouch, so they're not doing anything like one serving, one cookie, leaving you to open the package and have to like seal up one whole cookie. 160 calories. I haven't been mentioning the calories. I honestly hardly ever pay attention to the caloric content of foods. I more focus on their carbohydrates, their total carbohydrates, and then I go into their ingredients. So if you ever see one of these that you're interested in and you want more detail, as if I haven't been talking for 100 years about it, all you have to do is drop me a message. You can find me on Facebook as Maitreya. You can go to the radicalgeek.org website and submit an email, keeping in mind that I'm still building out the website. You can leave a comment at the bottom of this video, and all of that good stuff. You can ask questions and we will hunt it all down for you. Anyways, this has almond flour, erythritol, which and inulin, chocolatey chips, unsweetened chocolate inulin, erythritol, cocoa butter, sunflower lecithin, vanilla extract, stevia leaf reb M, vegetable glycerin, apple cider vinegar, natural flavor, sea salt, baking soda, ground chia seeds, sunflower oil, rosemary extract, mixed tocopherols to preserve freshness. Contains almonds and may contain other tree nuts. Wow! You all, I'm eating these. Not today, because I actually, even though it's relatively early, I've eaten all my food for the day. I might save this and eat this tomorrow morning with my hamburger. Oh, total carbs is 18, but your net carbs is 5. So it's maybe a little higher than some people might want for a little snack like this. But it's got 13 grams of fat and 5 grams of protein. So 18 grams of total carbs, 8 grams fiber, 1 actual sugar, and 5 of erythritol. So I don't know though. The ingredients are just not bad at all. So for me, I think I would probably choose this over other snacks. Looks pretty good. You know, we'll see. Maybe other people will disagree. I'm willing to eat them. Let's see what's next. Oh, fat snacks. I know so many people who love these fat snack cookies. I don't know what I'm going to do with these. I'm going to have to check the ingredients because some of them have xylitol, which means this package can never be opened inside my house. I will read the ingredients first before I make that actual statement though, because maybe this one doesn't. But for those of you who don't know, xylitol is toxic to dogs in the tiniest of amounts. So sometimes we get products and it has xylitol in it, and I just try to be very careful about reading to make sure, because our dog is so important to us that we just don't dare. So, and his name is Dyson. You can guess why. So very important to us to really be cognizant of the ingredients. If it does have xylitol, I'm just going to give it to somebody, you know, at a meeting or some kind of fun stuff like that. Let's see. Almond flour, butter, which contains cream. I would hope so. Pecans, eggs, sustainable organic palm fruit oil. I'm sorry, I'm going blind. I'm going to apologize 10,000 times for this. Coconut oil, coconut flour, erythritol, natural vanilla, natural glycerin, xanthan gum, aluminum-free baking powder, aluminum-free baking soda, sunflower lecithin. Oh, natural maple flavor, sea salt. Boy, I really can't read that. It's on one of the ridges. But it does not look like this one has any xylitol, so hooray. And let's see. Total carbs, 6 grams. Serving size, 1 cookie. You all, that's my pet peeve. There's 2 cookies in here. Oh, and now I have to go off on a rant when we have so many products to read through. I was so angry about some stuff like that, and let me just tell you, I decided to deep dive into the FDA website, and it just got worse and worse the more I read, the angrier I became, because you can't make heads or tails out of it. You know, it's been since 1993 when they first decided that there should be a, they call it RACC. All of a sudden, I can't remember exactly what it stands for, but it's basically the general amount that the recommended amount that people commonly consume. So when they say these, they're like, people usually only eat 1 cookie. Come on. I don't know. In 1993, let me tell you, I was a grown-up in 1993, and at no point in time, if anybody had ever asked me, hey, if we give you this 2-pack of cookies, would you eat 1 or 2? That my answer would have been 1. And not only do I not believe for 1 second that my answer would never have been 1, I don't believe that that was ever going to be a common answer. So, 1993 was the last time they actually made decisions on what was a common consumption on most food items when it came to develop recommendations for serving size on nutrition labels. Now, I will tell you that in 2014, they thought, well, actually, it might have been, I think they might have said something in like 2008 too. It was a lot. I went down a rabbit hole deep, you guys. It was a total 100% long-term geek moment, and I will be digging back in there because I am fit to be tied over it. So, I believe it's 2008 and then 2014 where they thought, you know, the quantities that we have in this chart don't necessarily seem to align with reality. For reals, you all. But they didn't actually do anything. They just said, it's probably time that we think about coming up with something to update this. Oh, every painful product in my life. Why do we have to have such an elaborate, you know it needs done. Get to work. But at any rate, by the time it hit, I'm sorry, I kept hearing something over there on the side. I don't know what it is. Hopefully not spiders. Probably not. But anyways, in 2016, they actually was the first time in like 20 years that they made changes to nutrition fact labels. However, they didn't actually upgrade that commonly consumed chart, so a big whoop, right? In addition to that, the change that they made was a recommendation that manufacturers who make over $10 million, I kid you not, start making efforts towards changing their nutrition labels to instead of being the recommended serving size based on they needed to revise their, see, it's so convoluted I can't even explain it to you properly without getting confused. The recommendation was that instead of just having the serving size, which by the way, they make a whole point of pointing out that a serving size is not what they're recommending you eat. What? So a serving size is just the measure. The serving size is 1 cookie, 1 slice, 1 whole, whatever that is, and then whatever the weight of that serving is. Okay, but that's not what they're telling you to eat. And that's when they said, that's very confusing. How can people plan their diet according to that kind of measure? And so that is why on some large manufacturing products, you now find the two columns, and that is one column that is their serving and one column that is whole package. Yes, friends, that was the recommendation. That was their resolution to the nutrition labels being too hard for the average individual to navigate. And only if your manufacturing product is over $10 million in business a year. If you are smaller than that, you have more time to get to it. They did make more changes in 2018, but that next level change was really a recommendation that they start aligning the serving size to be more in line with that common consumption size. However, there was nothing to enforce getting that completed, and the timeline is rather squishy on it. And as you know, that actually hasn't happened. In 2020, they actually did make a change, and to be honest, at this point, I can't even tell you because I was like 20 pages deep into reading the FDA website, and I was just fed up and was like, I am pretty well versed and pretty deep in the nutrition, and I am sick and tired of this bullshit, so forget about it. And I kind of put it aside for a while. And now that I've gone completely off, you know, you can commiserate with me. Also, the FDA points a lot of this at the diet and industry, but come on. I agree, the diet industry is pretty wretched and very toxic, especially in the way it impacts our person's mental health and pushes the standard American diet of super high carbohydrates and all of that nine yards, the whole deal. It's terrible. But get me on a roll sometime and ask me about how I feel about nutrition labels on sausages where one sausage is 3 servings, and tell me that my angry letter writing to the FDA at this point is not unwarranted. So there's my soapbox. I promise. Let's get back to the box. I'm not even sorry though, just so you know. What are these crumbs? Oh, it's not crumbs. There's just not that much in here. Shrewd Keto Dippers. I haven't eaten these before, but I have seen them in a lot of reviews. And while I know that I've seen Two Crazy Ketos review them, and I've seen Watch Autumn review them, the person I remember the most reviewing them was Slapstick Keto. He's a real nice guy, and like me, he didn't care for some of the original Shrewd foods, but he liked these. So when someone in my family opens these, I'm probably going to eat one. Now, I will tell you that the serving size is the whole bag. So kudos for that. I'm going to say that now for every product because I'm mad again. So let's see, total fat 11 grams, total carbs 14, protein 7. So 3 net carbs because it has 5 grams of fiber and 6 grams sugar alcohols. The label is bent. Some of these seem to have melted and stuck together because there's a giant clump down here. I promise that the giant clump is not going to be the one I steal. I'll steal one that's just a singular Shrewd food. By the way, they're about the size and shape of the malted milk balls that we used to get as kids. The Whoppers, that's what they are. Only these are not Whoppers, and you know, don't come after me for saying that, for mentioning them, because I'm piddly nothing. I promise I'm not impacting any business there. Not even saying anything bad because I love Whoppers. So, ingredients: no sugar, added milk. Chocolate that has cocoa butter, erythritol, unsweetened chocolate, whole milk powder, inulin, non-fat dry milk, soy lecithin, natural vanilla extract, salt, and stevia extract, and milk protein isolate. Honestly, those ingredients look pretty good to me. For some reason, in the keto communities, people seem to get worked up about soy lecithin, and I never am, because most of the products have it so far down on the list that I find it to be very negligible. And soy lecithin is not the same thing as soy. It's a derivative that doesn't have the same inflammatory effects as soy or even a soy protein. So I know, after I just had like that big old rant about ingredients and then about nutrition and all of that stuff, here I am basically wishy-washy on something that a lot of people are not wishy-washy about. Who can I say? I always do things the hard way and differently. But I would say, though, every ingredient, whether I like it or don't like it, or if somebody else loves it, or if 40 people are telling you like, how dare you eat that food, it's not keto. No. Test yourself. Do an isolation food plan and introduce it and test it. And don't just do it once. You need to do it like 3 or 4 times, or the test is meaningless. So yeah, and we can always talk about what that means to test yourself in another video. We got all the time in the world to do videos, so we don't have to cover it all at once. I'm not even halfway through the box, everybody. I warned you, Chatty Cathy, right from the start. So, Ross chocolates, milk chocolate minis, no sugar added with high fiber. Not a low-calorie food for sugar. Calorie, total fat, and saturated fat information. Refer to nutrition facts on back. That needs some grammar touch-up, doesn't it? But at any rate, I get the gist. I joke about their grammar and their lack of punctuation, but I'm not a grammar Nazi, despite my jocularity there. It doesn't actually bother me. I think it's amusing, but it is pretty hard to decipher. But you get the gist. It's high fat, okay? Hey, it's in the Keto Krate. We eat fat. That's fine. If you're on a calorie restricted diet, I'm shocked that you're watching my channel, but you must love me, and I love you too. So we'll get through it. Just don't eat my chocolates, all right? So, cocoa butter, inulin, erythritol, cocoa mass, whole milk powder, whey powder, sunflower lecithin, stevia glycosides, natural vanilla extract. Contains milk, may contain tree nuts. You all, I'm excited. It's the nutrition label I just talked about, where they have the side-by-side, per serving, per package. So the good news is about when they put per package, it means you can figure out how, since it says there's 3 servings, 3 servings is 5 pieces, 5, 10, 15 pieces, by the whole package. You can do the math. I know, do the math. I'm the only person who's excited by do the math. And figure out your own, because it gives you the whole package nutrients. I almost don't care if they taste bad, because I'm so excited by their transparency. They do, I mean, it does say there's 3 servings, but honestly, when I read the ingredients, it doesn't sound like they'll be super sweet. So that's probably fine. And they feel, I'm just squeezing all the packages, much to the household members' chagrin. They actually feel like a good, chocolate square, like maybe like the size of those Ghirardelli chocolate squares. So I'm very satisfied with that. And the ingredients, to me, seem pretty good. Milk chocolate minis. I'm into it. Also, this is a weird super nerd thing. I'm excited that the picture on the front has the whole cocoa pod. And it's done in black and white, but I don't care. I think I'll order one in the not too far future, just for fun. I did try to make my own cocoa once, and let me tell you, it's disgusting. But the end result is so amazingly delicious. But cocoa pods are disgusting. I can't wait. I'm going to order one to show you all. They're interesting. If you've never seen one, if you have seen one, comment below and share about it. Let me see if we agree, because it was super freaky to me. For something so delicious to be so disgusting looking. But I had a lot of fun making my own cocoa from scratch. It's a geek thing. that's what we do sometimes. All right. Oh yeah, gourmet walnuts. If you recall, in the last Keto Krate that I opened, they had the buffalo ones, and I said I was going to try them and tell you guys what I thought. I'll tell you that they're still unopened on my little keto shelf. I'll get to them. I do love walnuts, unlike some people. I think that for a lot of people, walnuts have a thicker texture and mouthfeel, and it's also a little bit of a, for lack of a better term, a dustier taste. And so walnuts are not the favorite nut of many people, but they've got a really good nutrition content. They're very meaty in a nut sort of reference. So I don't know why I didn't eat them. I think I just ran out of room in my food day. It's like a very privileged and happy thing that I have so many food options that I don't get to foods that I want to have just for fun. But let's see. Walnut, the ingredients are walnuts, apple cider vinegar, tomato paste, which is tomatoes, citric acid, pineapple juice concentrate. Not too thrilled about that. I don't like pineapple, except for in the Keto Chow Pina Colada. For some reason, all of the coconut, and if I use coconut oil, overpowers that pineapple right out of there for me. So that makes it good. And it tastes more like pineapple candy as opposed to real pineapple. So that I'm okay with. Paprika, liquid smoke, which is water, natural hickory smoke flavor, sea salt, onion powder, garlic, and cayenne pepper. So I'm not too excited by the pineapple juice, but whatever. So, guys, I can't read the nutrition label. I have to get my phone and see if I can take a picture so I can enlarge it. Like, how crazy is that? Do you feel like, I feel like I'm like about like 900 years old right this very second, and I'm doing it on YouTube. Oh, the shame of it all, correct? But don't tell me you've never done it. Oh, total carbs. Stupid phone. Total carbs are 8, dietary fiber is 3, total sugars are 3. So the sugars are coming from that pineapple juice concentrate and obviously, and the walnut. So, honestly, it's kind of high for me. But the net carbs on it, I suppose you'd be doing some subtraction, and my label closed down again. We have 5 carbs for some nuts. It's really not the worst, but I don't know. I'm trying to be excited about it because, you know, it sounds good. But I don't know, Hawaiian BBQ doesn't do it for me. So hopefully you love Hawaiian BBQ. Maybe over like the course of 2 months, I should save up all the things that I'm too picky to eat and then give it away. This tastes awful. Here, try it. So, let's see. What else do we got here? Keto almond flour crackers. Sea salt flavor. By Keto Naturals. Low carb crackers. Low carb, not keto. In the Keto Krate. Let's see. Total carbohydrates are 15. Dietary fiber 14. Total sugars less than 1. Let's see. Oh, does it say what? Oh, it says 1 gram net carb. That seems questionable, but let's see. Oh, because it's all fiber. 14 fiber. Let's see. Ingredients, nut and seed fiber. Nut and seed fiber. Okay. Flax seeds, tapioca flour. What did I say? Oh no. Tapioca fiber. Ah, there I go. Actually, it doesn't look too bad. I can't read all these. The light blue with the white print of the light blue is too hard for me. I'll look at it later. I'm sorry. You probably expect better, but there I am not. Trash Panda's my middle name, and now you get to see it for real. Choc Zero, milk, chocolate style, and coconut. Double dipped almonds. I'm not going to read through these. Everybody who is keto has heard of Choc Zero and Choc Zero products. you know that their ingredients are sometimes pretty good and sometimes not as great. So just read it. It's not the end of the world. Holy crap. Oh, there, see? Total carbs 14, dietary fiber 11, total sugars 1. So, you know, it seems pretty low on the net carbs if you're a subtractor. So knock yourselves out. I might try one almond when I share it out. Oh, I'm so excited, you guys. Pork rinds, it's crispy cuts. If you were at Keto Palooza, we got a sample of crispy cuts, and I ate them that night in my hotel room, and they were delicious. I really liked them. They were very light and fluffy. This one is Island Barbecue. Let's see, they've got fried pork rinds. Oh, this is a dirty trick, you all. Cane sugar's the second ingredient. Salt. Oh, what is my life? Pineapple powder. For reals, pineapple powder. Why? Spices, paprika, dehydrated garlic, dehydrated onion, and citric acid. Oh, you guys, I was so excited. That sucks. So, someone else is going to enjoy some Island Barbecue pork rinds in my household. Oh, the humanity. I just can't win in the snack aisle today. Except, let's see. Oh, the meat stick, big pork, maple and pepper. Kraft pork stick. It's the big pork. Oh, big fork. You know, big pork would be a funnier name for a meat stick, I think. 7 grams protein, 60 calories, typical meat stickiness. So, ingredients: pork water, of course, cane sugar, maple syrup, sea salt, black pepper, natural flavor, citric acid, celery juice powder, and colored beef collagen casing. So it's your typical dirty meat stick. Cane sugar, I'll say, for the people I know who follow paleo, they don't eat cane sugar either. They do eat honey, so I don't know, maybe, but let me see if I can actually read the nutrition facts. Yep, calories 60, total fat 2.5, cholesterol, whatever, sodium, yada yada. 2 carbs. Okay, so it's 2 carbs for 1 meat stick. I like my meat sticks at 1 or 0. 0 preferably with 1. But at 2 carbs, I'll probably chow it down at some point. Not with as much happiness. My spouse actually did mention a desire for meat sticks because we ran out. I know. I meant to go to the store. It just didn't happen, and it's not going to happen. It's a lot going on lately. I did place a grocery order, and I thought I ordered meat sticks. I ordered tasty little meat tidbits. It's hilarious. They're like they're like a miniature pepperoni from the bag. It's hilarious. Now, they do have good ingredients. I can't remember what brand they are. But it was just like, that was not what I was expecting, because I could swear that I ordered meat sticks. And so they're going to eat some teeny tiny bites and some little teeny tiny bite-sized Tillamook 0 sugar jerky. So, a rant about nutrition labels, a ridiculously long go-through of the Keto Krate, and I am done for today. I want to remind you guys that if you are not subscribed, to subscribe and set your notifications so you catch our videos. I do releases of videos on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Early on here, they've been a lot of product reviews, but I do plan to do at least one Uber Geek moment for like a board game on one of the video releases each week. And I do also plan to do some more deep dive type of topics. And then every Sunday night I do a live stream. That live stream is from 6:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And usually on that live stream we have a nice warm beverage, and I deep dive into that beverage. More often than not, it will be a coffee related beverage, because I am a coffee freak. I love coffee. It is an art for me. I have so many coffee devices And every time I find a new device or a device that I just simply don't own, I snatch it up and try it out and test it, and I love to share. I have a lot of tea stuff as well, and we have opportunity all winter to do some amazing keto hot chocolates. Wait, if you love hot chocolates, you will love these. I can run the gamut all across. Did you know that almost every culture has a hot chocolate, just like we have Swedish meatballs for everybody? So I know Swedish meatballs, but in every culture. I don't know. I can't explain it. So yeah, don't forget to tune in for the live stream, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, and we will have a good time in our coffee talk, as I've coined the phrase for it. So have a good day. Enjoy your snacks. If you get a Keto Krate, let me know what you think of some of these products down below so we can talk about it. If you have any other comments, make sure you let me know. Other topic requests. I know we went through a lot last live stream, and I am getting on it. Have a great day. Goodbye.